Welcome back to another episode of Gridiron Guys. I'm your host, Luke, followed by my other co-host, Brad, Ryan, and Harith. The Super Bowl is over, and I want to absolutely kill myself because they knocked down another 3, and now we're down by 18.
Basketball.
The Seattle Seahawks save us all from a New England Patriots Super Bowl. Thank God, and I cannot stress this enough. Thank you, Seattle, for putting down the most obnoxious fan base in all of the NFL.
You mean the Nepo sports fan babies?
Yeah, the Nepo. Yeah, I would agree with that saying, Harris, for sure. But yeah, the game itself was very, very slow. It was a very much like like your typical boxing match. Like they were just feeling each other out, and then just Seattle came out with haymakers, and the Patriots just couldn't respond.
There is one thing though I was curious about before we get fully into the Super Bowl. When you uploaded the thumbnail, you added a little thing at the bottom, and I was like, "What is Luke on about? What is the Husker drama that you put on there?"
Oh, all right. So our old AD decided to write a book.
I did see this when I was looking
and it's not just about him being the AD at Nebraska, but a big part of it is. So, the AD at Nebraska from I think Bill Moose was the AD from 2016 to about 2022. Basically, he threw a lot of people under the bus, and honestly, rightfully so. There was a point where Scott Frost during the COVID year came out and said, we should not play the Rutgers game. My team is tired and we want the season to be over. After saying that same year, after the Big Ten and Bill Moose had fought for a season to be played, if you remember the Scott Frost soundbite of we'll play anybody anywhere, even in Dubai or whatever, that stupid quote, and then it comes out that he didn't want to play Rutgers.
So it's literally the meme of, well, that was a goddamn lie.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like it's so disgraceful because he tried to get out of the Oklahoma game that year as well. And it was just a nightmare. And apparently for the basketball team, this actually works out now for us, but they wanted to hire Dana Altman, who was a longtime Creighton head basketball coach and then went to Oregon. Well, the governor didn't like Dana Altman and said, nah, he's not the right fit. Okay, so it's kind of like a whole like LSU governors like thing, like being the Board of Regents type of like politics.
I know, like technically, like head coaches and coaches are technically employees of the state, but I always even like with LSU, like I always find it fucking weird. Like I get y'all can have an opinion, but y'all shouldn't be like the fucking final be all end all when it comes to hiring.
Yeah, no, 100%. And there was just some other things that were kind of brought up. I think the book comes out pretty soon. Bill Moose will be on some radio show tomorrow to talk about it, so that should get juicy. Apparently, one of the beat writers, Frost asked... Did Frost? I think it was Frost. Frost asked him what the reception would be if they didn't play the Oklahoma game. And the reporter was like, are you fucking kidding me? So honestly, the whole fan base is like, wow, we sure dodged a bullet with these two. But I'm sure there will be more to come out of this book. I can tell you that right now. That's kind of the drama per se. It's just a old AD kind of laying out dirty laundry. And you know what? I'm here for it because Scott Frost is the worst head coach in Nebraska football history, and that's including Mike Riley. So anyway, not enough about me.
Well, I mean, in terms of college news that everyone would kind of care about, freaking, we got North Dakota State in the Mountain West. Hell yeah.
Yes, finally. I think that's a great financial move for them too, because they'll be just like James Madison. I think they'll have a better chance than some of these other teams.
I think they'll have a better chance. Large. Financially will be interesting because that's a lot of traveling for them to do because the Mountain West is mostly southern, like, or I guess Southwest. I need to look. I need to see what the conference is like. I saw a graphic earlier, but
it could be different in like a week.
Right.
How much conferences realign? It's just like the whole middle there.
Air Force, Hawaii, Nevada. Was that New Mexico, NIU, which is weird. San Jose, UNLV, UTEP, and Wyoming. So I mean, I always thought if they did this, I mean, I said it before. I always thought if they did this, the other Dakotas and would join in or something like that. It would be multiple teams.
I think South Dakota's not. I don't think South Dakota State's that far off. I don't, and I don't think Montana or Montana State.
Montana or Montana State would be.
I think it'll be. I think it'll be Montana, but I don't think. I think the other teams will take advantage of North Dakota State no longer being there and try to get some success before they do anything.
Well, I think well, if you think about it, Montana's pretty freaking.
Like I said, it'll be Montana because Montana, But a friend and I were talking about it over lunch yesterday, and I think
it's a good move. I think it's a very good move.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's more money. You'd hope. I think. Well, from what I heard, they had to pay at $17 million.
Yeah, they're paying a lot of money, and they're also hoping to get a waiver.
To get that.
Or they're hoping to get a waiver so they can go ahead and do postseason because right now they can't even. They won't even be able to compete in the Mountain West Championship, which was actually very odd. I didn't realize conference.
Why? Wait, explain that. Why?
So, I mean, there's a postseason probation when you move up.
Yeah.
So James Madison couldn't compete in a bowl game their first year they got into FBS.
Same with Old Dominion?
That's so stupid.
Yeah.
That's garbage. That's bullshit.
So, but the conference championship rule is interesting because I think that must be a Mountain West rule because, like, I'll use the example for our conference with the Southland Conference. We like 21 or 22, we got Texas A&M Commerce, which is now East Texas A&M. They moved up from D2 to D1. They still had that postseason ban, but their women's soccer team got to play in our conference tournament, and they actually won the conference championship their first or second year, but they couldn't go into the postseason because of the ban.
That's so well, see, that's so counterproductive.
I don't get that.
I don't get
you're
gonna punish a team for wanting to move up.
Yeah, I don't understand the probation for when you move up. I understand when you move down.
100%.
Because you may be like, oh, well, we're not getting as much success, but if we move down, we're guaranteed that success. I can understand that. But the moving up doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And
no, it doesn't.
I know James Madison tried to get a waiver, especially when they became bowl eligible. They didn't get it. People were hoping North Dakota State's going to. They said they were going to do one. The Mountain West one was the odd one for me because I didn't know. I didn't think it must be a conference rule for whatever reason. But if I'm paying that much money to the conference or to get out and then paying, because one, you're paying the NCAA to move up, you're paying out your existing conference, and then you're probably paying in to get into your new conference. So if you're spending all that money,
so like that's the thing. If they're gonna spend all that money, they shouldn't have to wait to have a waiver. They're paying the freaking NCAA $5 million to move up. Like that's crooked in and of itself. Like you can't do that. That's garbage. That's garbage in my opinion. That's so garbage.
I thought it was interesting that they were only changing with football. Because they probably know all their other sports can't compete in something like which I mean at that point in other sports they're mid-major regardless, right? But I mean like it was weird that they didn't just try to save. But then again, maybe those other sports aren't necessarily money-making sports and they don't want to travel as much for those sports.
That still rubs me the wrong way. They shouldn't have to pay. They shouldn't have to be. There shouldn't be a ban for moving up, and B, like $5 million to the NCAA, which is a governing body.
That's a recent price because that went up over the last few years because it used to be like almost dirt cheap technically compared to what it is now.
That's so garbage.
Do you think it's the NCAA just like kind of compensating for NIL?
Like to move on up,
for teams just to like move into the Division I because they want more teams to get in on NIL contracts. Maybe like they want.
I think they're just crooked as fuck.
I mean,
it might be as simple as that. Like they would just be crooked as hell.
I mean, that's a valid response. I just was throwing that out there as a possibility. Maybe like as like the.
Oh, North Dakota State's men's basketball is 20-6 right now.
But like, I just think like for O-line prospects, this is absolutely perfect because like I've always said like North Dakota's have always been O-line university. If you want to like be an elite offensive lineman, that's where you go.
Well, Adam Vinatieri went to South Dakota State.
Yeah, like you go. Sorry, Luke. You either go to the North Dakotas or you go to Iowa. Like that, if you want to be an elite offensive lineman, that's
no. I or tight end. Like I'll give Iowa its flowers. It does a really good job of getting, having really good offensive line play. Tight ends. Oh Jesus Christ, that's a terrible. Sorry. But yeah, no, I don't disagree with that, Harith, at all. Like Tristan Wirfs,
George Kittle,
TJ Hawkinson, Sam Laporta, all of those guys
Brandon
all
Sheriff.
went to Iowa. Brandon Sheriff, yep. But yeah, that's a carry. Anyway, I think this is a good thing for college football. I think the Mountain West, because I mean some of these Mountain West teams are going to the Pac-12.
Yep.
So eventually, if you think about it, if you're North Dakota State, you do really well in the Mountain West. You could open yourself up to, hey, here's the money. Go to the Big 12. Go to the Pac-12.
Or like it will open the door for other North Dakota teams and other Dakotas like South Dakota, North Dakota, South Dakota State. Like they finally join on the mountains, and then if they are all succeed, they get dragged up to the Pac-12,
well,
and then they get dragged up to the. Then they can just climb the ladder.
USD's kind of hard, because Yankton, South Dakota. Think about that. Yankton, South Dakota. That's the middle.
I think it's more likely that eventually I still think those teams come together to form their own FBS conference, or just their entirely new conference, and football plays in FBS.
Or do they reach out to the old Missouri Valley? And they do the Missouri Valley. Do the Missouri Valley in all the other sports.
Isn't that where
Missouri Valley?
Isn't that where North Dakota State came from? Was Missouri Valley?
No, I'm
pretty sure. The Montanas and Dakotas aren't necessarily in the same conference, to my understanding. The Montanas are in the Big South, I think, or yeah.
Missouri Valley football.
Well, they didn't have
State was in there.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I knew Creighton was in it for basketball. At one point,
because I think if you get the 6 schools across the Dakotas and Montanas, you can get Boise State in there because it's right there. You can maybe, I know Idaho hasn't really been relevant in football in years, but like you can, and they at one point they were D1 or FBS, and then they dropped back down. I think they were Sun Belt for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
I think this is a good move for North Dakota State for sure. 100%. More money, more opportunity, more eyes. You have the draft picks. You have the guys that are going to give you the spot. I mean, historically. So
I am curious, and this kind of is a good segue into our next topic. Is I wonder if Gray Zabel winning some Offensive Rookie of the Year votes. Obviously, he was never going to win it because offensive linemen historically never win Offensive Rookie of the Year, but like him getting votes, I wonder had a factor to play into North Dakota State feeling like they're kind of the top dog now because they're starting to get representation in the NFL. They're like, hey, maybe North Dakota is kind of the spot and can play at Division I level because they've been dominating at Division II.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, they've won the last 10 out of the last 15 FCS national championships.
Yeah.
So why not them?
Yeah, why not?
They could. I mean, the interesting part is like you look at North Dakota State's like football stadium, and it's literally I think it's in a dome if I remember correctly.
Oh, my mistake. North Dakota State is in this Summit.
That's a flagrant foul. That's a flagrant foul.
Maybe at one point they were Missouri Valley, but they're currently in Summit, which is like northern Omaha, St. Thomas, northern Colorado, or Roberts.
Yeah, UNO.
But
UNO's in the Summit. But anyway,
with that segue, I feel like it is time to talk about, because I only have one thing for the NFL honors. I mean, we could get into more stuff, but I had the thing that I was most interested by was Matthew Stafford winning MVP, but only by one vote. He only won it by one vote. Because whoever voted on Justin Herbert, you need to check yourself into a mental institution, because what the actual fuck?
I'm on that guy's side. That guy was right.
He was better. First of all,
I'm on that guy's side.
First of all, I told you who was going to win the MVP midway through the season.
Yeah.
Did I not?
After you flundered on Mahomes.
Well, yeah, of course, because he didn't have a good year.
But you were arguing for MVP like halfway through the season.
Yeah, because he was halfway playing good. He was the only reason why they were even like
it's not the
winning games.
Most good player in the league, though.
But he is the most valuable.
I don't know if he was this year.
Not this year, my guy.
I'm pretty sure it was Matt Stafford. I think we got it right.
No, they got it right.
I'm just saying it. Like, if you're looking at most valuable, you take Mahomes off the Chiefs. Are they winning that many games?
But I only feel like they would win, win.
How are we talking about the Chiefs?
Anyway, let's go back to go back to Stafford for a second. Like the actual real topper here. Like, again, we'll get into it with like the Super Bowl breakdown of like why it was the right decision. But like, again, I know Alan was making a really good argument last week for like yards per average attempt. Like that's a good argument statistically. However, I will go back to when Luke and I had our initial argument way earlier in the season before everything turned to milk about who was the MVP. Because again, it was week 7 we were arguing this, and I was arguing Baker because that's when Baker was fucking putting his dick on everything, and then you were arguing Mahomes.
I was arguing Mahomes, and then I was like, you know what? Honestly, I could see Stafford winning it because he was at that point playing just out of his fucking mind.
Yeah,
like
right.
he and let's be real here. That Seattle defense is why they won the Super Bowl.
No, 100%. Like,
and he performed against that twice. No, 3 times. He performed really, really well against that defense. That is one of the only quarterbacks that had success, like consistent success against Seattle.
Yeah.
And it's like, you got to give it to him.
And also, the thing I found most interesting about it was during his speech is he basically just confirmed, like, oh yeah, I'm coming back next year. Like, I'm
100%.
I'm coming back.
I think it'd be dumb if he didn't. Like, they're just gonna restack.
No, the Rams this offseason scared the shit out of me. They got those 2 first round.
They have a really good.
They got that top 2 draft pick. They have the 32, and they have, I think, one of the highest cap spaces in the league. So they're gonna fucking stack the deck. I was gonna say their cap is they're sitting in a nice spot. And
honestly,
this kind of does segue into the next topic, unless you guys have something else for NFL honors.
No, don't.
So the Max Crosby sweepstakes are in full effect right now, even though Clint Kubiak is in his press conference is swearing up and down that Max Crosby is going to come back, even though he has nothing to back that up on. And if you looked at anything in the rumors, everything is pointing towards he's leaving the Raiders. It's almost like that's like forsaken at this point,
which is probably a good idea for him.
So
because this team is going to turn into a offensive minded team. They would have to make a slam dunk hire at defensive coordinator to even get him to consider.
Here's the thing with the Raiders, though. It's like, I get what Clint Kubiak is talking about this because Max Crosby is like perennial all-pro, has been like top 3 edge rusher for the last 6 years. It's like, I definitely understand the argument for why he wants him there. However, I think this is a win-win situation for the Raiders because they're going to get a fucking haul for him, and that can turn into more picks that they need for Kubiak because Fernando Mendoza needs offensive linemen badly, and this is picks you can use to give Fernando Mendoza the support he needs because he's an insanely developmental prospect. But the reason why I bring this all up, because Jeremy Fowler broke today that there are 20 teams reportedly interested in Max Crosby. 19 of them are usual suspect teams that are usually in these high caliber trades for players, except for one team. One team stands out from the bunch, and that is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They want Max Crosby. And I'm going to make an argument for why it makes sense, because Tampa is really one edge rusher away from having an elite defense again if they can get middle linebacker figured out in the second round. And this is the reason why I think this makes sense as well. Who is the Raiders general manager right now? John Spytek. Where did John Spytek come from? Tampa Bay. The assistant GM to Jason Light. Who is he good friends with? Jason Light. So I guarantee you these conversations are happening as we're talking, and they're just trying to figure out what is the compensation.
I was going to say, what's the compensation? It's got to be a 1, right? At least one.
At least two ones.
If not 2.
If you're the Rams, do you not just call them up and be like, take this Atlanta pick?
That's the only thing that terrifies me, but also...
Right? Like, you just be like, hey, take this Atlanta pick, give me Max Crosby. Deal? And they're probably like,
yeah, because it's like I'm trying to figure out like a third, fourth. I'm trying to figure out like what the compensation for Tampa would be, because it's like, okay, because obviously they would have to give up like at least 2 firsts, probably a second down the line, and then I'm assuming a couple players. Obviously, one of them is going to be Zion McCollum because he's just cap dead at this point. We paid him $40 million, and they could just take any defender at this point. The one that like it would hurt for just like morale reasons organizationally, I'm assuming they would give up Godwin. I know he just took a pay cut to stay with Tampa, but it's like with Emeka Egbuka kind of on the rise and Evans for sure sounds like he's coming back according to his agent, it would make sense you give up Godwin because they need offense as well. It sucks. I think it sucks, but if
I just don't know if you do that until you find out 100% Evans is coming back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've heard.
Like it's more likely than not he comes back. Like put it like 90% chance, but you never know. Like weird shit can happen.
But I have actually heard that he is up to being a free agent this time around. I
fundamentally push back on that because Evans last time was pushed to come back and go to other teams, and I feel like if he wanted to go to another team that wasn't Tampa, he had his chance 2 years ago. I guess I know Todd Bowles like all that happens, but like what really is pushing him out from Tampa? Like I wish he would come out like Levante David and say, "Guys, it's Tampa retirement."
Yeah, like I would be shocked if he did, but at the same time, like man, some other team calls him and he's intrigued enough. Like it wouldn't shock me. I just don't think he'd be that. Like it just wouldn't feel right, and I feel like his career would be a downfall afterwards. Like I feel like he re-signs with the Bucs or retires, but it could get weird.
Right.
Could get weird.
But I also feel like because I feel like again I'm going under the assumption that Evans is coming back. That's kind of the pretense of this trade is like the assumption he comes back, and like again like I know it would suck in the short term for morale for Godwin to get traded, but I feel like that's such a fucking win-win for both sides because I want Emeka Egbuka's development to prospect, and I want him to kind of be the focus of the offense outside of Bucky Irving and Mike Evans. So I feel like that would kind of be a win-win situation because I feel like McMillan, Egbuka, and Evans would make a great 1-2-3 punch. And what does really Godwin serve at this point to the team?
Godwin, the problem with Godwin is that you're not going to get much for him.
Right.
He's injury prone.
Yeah.
He hasn't played a full season in 4 years?
Correct. And then the last time he did was was it 21? No, 2020.
He's also 4 years older. You're getting broken goods.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You can't like if you're going to include Chris Godwin, you need to give up a first round draft pick.
No, I'm saying 2 first round draft picks, Zion McCollum and Chris Godwin is the trade.
Yeah. You're going to have to because Chris Godwin is not good compensation.
No.
He's broken goods in my
But
opinion.
I also feel like if you give him to Clint Kubiak, I think he would find a purpose for him on that Raiders team because they do need another receiver.
Well, yeah, I'm sure, but the problem is that you're betting on that he's going to stay healthy.
Right.
And statistically speaking, that's probably not going to happen.
Right. So the only reason I throw that in there is because they need cap space, and those two seem like the obvious cap moves, and I could see the benefit for the Raiders to go for it. Especially because John Scott, like I said, he's like big Tampa guy, so I could see him being like, okay, we'll take Godwin just because why not? See what we can get. And then after 2 years, if it doesn't work out, they can just cut weight.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
No, I think that's interesting.
Yeah.
And he would be a good fit. He'd get out of the AFC West. Cool. Awesome. I'm all for that.
Well, because like I feel like everyone, like I was on a TikTok live after the Super Bowl was over. We were talking about it with Bucs fans because obviously we got into the topic of offseason stuff. And collectively, all the Bucs fans that live kind of came to agreement that the number one thing they need outside of middle linebacker is edge rushers. So I would rather take Max Crosby over a young edge rusher in the draft. I would rather take the guarantee that pushes us over the top because Todd Bowles' scheme is so complex that like they need an elite player. I would rather take the guarantee, give 2 first-round draft picks up,
100%,
and then take your second-round draft pick and go get Jacob Rodriguez. Slam dunk.
I think Jacob Rodriguez is probably going to be a first-round draft pick if I had to guess. He is good as a middle.
The only reason why I would feel like a little hesitancy against this Crosby trade is during draft day, and obviously we'll have a reaction to draft day because that sounds like we're talking about that.
Yeah.
Is if Sonny Styles somehow drops to 15
100%.
and we get Max Crosby, I'll kind of be pissed off because that would be a slam.
I don't think Sonny Styles
will be a miss.
Makes it out of like top 10. I don't think maybe 12.
I think he's going. I think he's going to Dallas. That's my.
I've seen a lot of like if Washington doesn't get sold on Boehner, Bailey, and Downs goes, they would probably just take Styles.
Well, everybody, not to get back on our teams, but I saw somewhere that Caden Proctor was like somebody put him down to be drafted by the Chiefs, and people are just losing their fucking minds. Like, yeah, we could use an offensive lineman, but running back.
But there's so many deep running backs this class. Why would you spend a first round draft pick on it?
Honestly, that's not a bad choice.
Remember last time you took a running back first round?
Yeah, but we also took the wrong running back in the first round.
But I also feel like
first round running back, not a good idea. Not a way to allocate your capital.
No, that's not. I mean, that's true. I mean, honestly,
it's
true.
What I
would.
It's like defensively, like arguably
Brad,
the most truth in football.
Brad, you know what I would want them to do? Take an offensive lineman and then get Emmett Johnson in the late second round.
Yeah, why would you not do that?
Smarter thing.
And I think that's you get first. I think you get first round talent out of Emmett Johnson, in my opinion.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter what running back you pick.
You need him for 3 years.
He's better. And I would say this. He's a better version of Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He can catch the ball out of the backfield.
Fair.
He runs. He played in the Big Ten, which is arguably known for having all-star running backs and first round, second round draft picks come out of it in the last 15, 16 years. Jonathan Taylor, Melvin Gordon, literally anybody that played for Wisconsin when Brett Bielema was there. Monty Ball.
Monty Ball. Brain went immediately.
Like literally. How many freaking teams?
This is my logic. Like, I think a lot of Chiefs fans are looking at Jahmyr Gibbs and going, see, first round draft picks for running backs work, when they're not looking at like Ashton Genty. Well, Ashton Genty is a generational prospect. Don't get me wrong. What is he doing on the Raiders? They have no offensive line, so they're not winning in the trenches. So what is he fucking doing for the team?
It is not even talent evaluation. It is value and what you pay for running backs on the open market.
Yeah,
do a first round pick.
That's probably why they'll either. That's probably why they'll either get or they'll throw a bag at either Kenith Walker, who is a free agent.
Yep, that's a massive free agent.
Or they'll pull the trigger on Breece Hall. Yeah, when like they tried to do at the trade deadline and just couldn't get it done.
They should have just get rid of that.
They should have given up a second. They should have given up a second for that. But then again, I feel like that running back room at that time was very kind of it wasn't great, but it was stable. You know what?
But I also feel like it would have alleviated the pressures off Mahomes to like carry that offense.
Yeah. I mean, you have to get a run game. You have to have you have to be balanced if you're going to. I mean, look at Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Look at what Seattle did this year. What was their percentage of run pass? It's got to be close to be 50-50.
It was 50-50, but I think it was more 75-30. I think they were
75-30 on the run game.
Correct.
Because it's
wow, an extra 5%.
Anyway, fuck you. Anyway, Ryan, you
105% plays. Wow,
badass.
That's why they won the Super Bowl. They had 5% extra plays and everybody else.
Anyway, 70-30.
Nobody ever accused me of being good with math.
That was more me. That was more me.
I was gonna say, I think Harris was the one you
wait, Brad, what was it?
50% for Seattle.
Really?
Year.
Really? They were 50-50.
Sorry, they were 50-50. They were the 30th team in the NFL in run pass. Well, passing play percentage, they passed on 50% of downs. 50.29. They were
0%.
So they really see that goes back to my balance.
Yeah,
look at how balanced that team was.
The bottom of this is very interesting.
No, actually. And that's what I've been saying on this podcast. Like I know I said it right
Share
after
your screen, Brad. I want to see
I said it.
Yeah, hold on. This is really interesting actually. Hold on. I'm intrigued by this. Hold on.
Brad's like
Brad said he didn't have a DJ corner, but surprise.
No, this is just like interesting. This is just interesting. I find this interesting. Like it is not a shocker. Baltimore running more than pass. Buffalo, honestly, I mean James Cook's good, but I felt like they ran him. I thought I'd see them.
Can you zoom in a little bit more?
Same.
Thank you.
Like I thought I'd see Buffalo more in the middle, but I'm kind of shocked they're right here. Seattle, that makes sense. Washington, not shocking.
Not
Green Bay
shocking.
makes sense. Josh Jacobs.
God, I'm so glad we don't have to have Cliff Kingsbury call a total of
Giants makes sense when they had Cam Scatterboo.
17 times in 2 years.
New England.
So is that passing? Is that passing?
This is passing percentage. So
oh Jesus!
Like, Arizona
I could have told you we were in the top 10. Jesus Christ!
Number
like,
5,
wild
New Orleans.
That's not a good thing.
That's
never a good thing.
Okay, but look at
like,
look at
what
all
is
of
this
these
with Vegas. What is
look at all but look at all of those teams.
Yeah.
Arizona, top 5 pick. Cincy, top.
But it's also like you gotta wonder when you get
down.
When you get to the top half, it's like how many of these are garbage time passes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like obviously Arizona's that way. Like a lot of these are garbage time, but then you like I don't know, you start. I just thought the bottom of the list was interesting. I just thought some of these teams would be like I knew Washington was around that number, but it's a very weird number with how they ran. We didn't have like a primary running back, but like Buffalo was the shocker. That's what I was like, whoa, hold on a second.
Well, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah,
for James
I thought
Cook.
they'd be like right in this area. Yeah, they do with James Cook a lot, but like I at the same time, I just felt like.
And they also use Josh Allen
Sunday nights. It was not.
Well, they also use Josh Allen's legs a lot in critical situations.
Yeah, and that's true. And that's the Washington thing too. Between Jaden and Mariota, it bumps that number up.
It's just stat pads.
Which, in Seattle's defense, makes that number even crazier because Sam Darnold does not run the ball.
No, 100% he doesn't.
Makes it even more.
And the fact that they didn't drop off without the loss of Charbonnet is insane.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people don't realize with Kenith Walker, and again, I'm not trying to like undersell him to the Chiefs, Luke, but like Kenith Walker is a pure running back. He's not your traditional blocker. He's not your traditional like he's only good at pure running. Yeah.
I will say he does a really good job in pass blocking though.
Not as well as you think.
I don't think it is at all. Actually, I think he has like, one of the worst pass blocking.
100%. He's a pure runner. He is get you as much yards as humanly possible, get you close, and then you have a second running back score a touchdown, or you start relying on the pass game once you start getting into the red zone. He is a yards merchant.
Yeah, like the reason they had Charbonnet playing so much is because Kenith Walker's bad at
pass blocking. Okay,
yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I'll eat my word.
Which is
he apparently has improved, but it is not.
Seattle.
Like, he is just slightly worse than average now, not fucking awful.
And again, I've listed this off.
So it has improved.
I've listed this off because we're already talking about it. Like, Seattle over the next 2 years is going to be an interesting team to watch in the offseason because their pending free agents this year and next year is pretty much most of their team.
What, Seattle?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Want me to list them off? Because I was stunned when I was looking at this.
Like, at that point, who cares? You won the Super Bowl, like...
Yeah, you won the Super Bowl, but it's also like...
Who's a free agent this year? They got Rashid Shaheed, Kenith Walker...
Darnold's back.
But again, Brad, you got to look at not just this year. You got to look at next year. Next year...
Well, no, I am just looking at this year, because, you know... Woolen is gone this year. He's 2027 free agent.
You got to look at this.
Williams, Devin Witherspoon, JSN. Yeah, it gets sketchy fast.
They have the most.
But that makes sense because that's a very.
They're top 5 in the cap this year for like teams in general, but it's also like you got to start debating if you're Seattle, if you let some of these pieces go, like you let a Kenith Walker go. Don't get me wrong, like yes, he was Super Bowl MVP. Yes, he was a yard merchant, but it's also like you got to start preserving. Next year's free agents.
Isn't that bad, actually. The two bad ones, the two ones you're concerned about are Witherspoon and JSN.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing with Leonard Williams. Leonard Williams is going to be a guaranteed $20 million. Witherspoon's going to be a guaranteed 40 to 50 million, probably more 60.
Club option him.
60.
Give a club option.
True, they could franchise tag him, but
that's not the franchise tag. That's like the contract extension from the rookie year.
And then JSN, is going to be $100 million. At least $100 million. So like between these,
he's on a rookie deal.
He's on a rookie deal, but it's still like,
that's not the franchise tag. That's the except the final year of the contract deal. So he'll still go in the rookie deal.
So you think they'll just do a 5th year? But here, if you do a 5th year option, here's the critical point. Sam Darnold's up in 2028, so it's also like they have to get it done sooner rather than later move. So that's why I'm kind of intrigued by Seattle as a whole, because like 26 and 27 free agency is going to be brutal on them. And it's like this year they have their top 5 in cap space. So you might as well let some of the fat go to preserve cap for next year. It's kind of my
I mean, it's not a terrible idea because you always get the the Super Bowl hangover kind
Correct.
of wipe it off kind of thing. It's not a bad idea to try.
You would rather take a Philly approach of you let these players go, you let them get overpaid because like I think you look at the statistics of like where were they best efficiently in defense? Front 7 and secondary. I know that's your entire defense, but that's where it is. Like the defensive line and secondary is where they really won the battle in the trenches. So I think you try to keep as much secondary as possible. I think you let Tariq Woolen go, even though he's a really good corner number 2. I think you let him go just to let everything kind of settle. But I think you bring back Job and Kobe Bryant is kind of the move. And then you probably bring back Drake Thomas as well. And then you let the rest of them go. And then you try to rebuild, try to get like another elite running back in the draft, and then build from there. It's kind of my logic on that.
Yeah.
So the reason I bring that up is because I'm just very fascinated about the Seahawks, because the Rams are not going to they're going to amp up. So it's like I'm curious to see how Seattle's going to respond, and the 49ers are also going to get better as well. So it's like it's a very interesting situation for the Seahawks, because it's like I generally am curious if they're going to repeat next year, because as a whole, like I'll make the argument like right now, going back into the game for a second.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we haven't started about the game really that much.
Is it that much of a hot take to say? I know the Legion of Boom had longevity, but like in terms of just raw defensive performance, I think the Dark Side's a better defense.
Oh, 100%.
No. That Legion of Boom defense was so good. No.
But I'm just talking about their 2013 year to this year. I'm not talking about the longevity. I'm just talking about the individual season.
Yeah, I'd still take that Legion of Boom defense. Oh my God. The Legion of Boom defense had some of the just look at that team. It's insane. That Legion of Boom defense is like one of the all-time defenses. This was a very, very good defense. I mean, it was the best DVOA defense in the whole entire league this year. Without a doubt, that Legion of Boom defense was something else.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like my argument for this is, it's like I think the Legion of Boom secondary leaps and bounds better than the Seattle secondary in the Super Bowl.
That's
their
the
front seven, though,
so
in this
good.
Super Bowl, much better than the front seven in the Legion of Boom.
I mean, I don't know. Bobby Wagner, KJ Wright in the middle, Bennett, Averill,
But Ernest Jones was playing out of his mind this year as well.
I'd still take that Legion of Boom defense over a lot of defenses ever. That Legion of Boom defense is insane. It's one of the most insane defenses when you look at it. As what they did to teams and how they just scared the shit out of everybody. That Legion of Boom defense is something else. Not to take anything away from this defense. It's one of the best defenses we've seen.
I mean, this is the first ever team in a Super Bowl besides Patriots Rams to hold the opposing team scoreless for 3 quarters.
Yeah. But that was also just that scheme they're running is unbelievably good. They put guys in the right place. They have the right personnel for that defense. Similar to Legion of Boom. That Legion of Boom had such top end talent on top of it.
And it's I feel like this, because I'm curious, like I said, not to keep going back to free agency and that kind of stuff, what they're going to do for the next couple of years, but I feel like Schneider and that front office is going to learn from what they did with the Legion of Boom and how they fucked up there by putting all their money on Russell Wilson. And I think they're going to do the complete polar opposite and try to focus everything they can money-wise into this defense and then maybe just keep JSN next year and then let Darnold and Kenith Walker go slowly over time. Because I think, honestly...
That's a smart way to do it.
That's
the smarter way to do it.
Because people forget that Darnold contract was one of the smartest contracts in the entire NFL. They basically were paying him less than a rookie contract.
You got to be kicking yourself if you're the Vikings, right?
Yeah, how dumb do you feel right now if you're the Vikings?
Holy shit.
But I also...
You should never have let him out of that building.
Here's the... I'm
not
trying to defend the move. I'm not trying to defend the move, but you got to think about it from the lens of... No, okay, because here's the thing. You got to think about it from the... Luke, let me fucking talk real quick. Let me talk. You got to think about it from the lens of if you're going to extend him at least 40 to 60 million a year, yes, he would have won you 14 more games, but however, you got to think about the future. You got to think about it from the lens of, okay, he shut the bed the last 2 weeks. You drafted this rookie who you spent a top 10 pick on, and Kevin O'Connell is talking out of his mind about how he's a good prospect. You don't want to put all your capital on a quarterback that you know is only going to be there for 2 years when you've invested all of this money into J.J. McCarthy. Because don't you forget, when we're playing the 2020 hindsight game, J.J. McCarthy in the preseason looked good, and Justin Jefferson was talking up and him down, same way that Kevin O'Connell was. You got to think about it from the GM's point of view, not because J.J. McCarthy shit the bed. Even if J.J. McCarthy played decent this year, we would not be having this conversation. We would not be having this conversation. Right
he is a fucking lifetime backup.
I don't disagree with you. I'm just talking about it from the lens of last year going into the offseason, not what happened this year. I'm talking about the one preseason game going into this season. That was not a bad move.
Preseason game.
It's the most valuable asset in football. It's a quarterback on a rookie contract.
Correct.
And so you have to.
They had to capitalize on it.
You have to. It sucks, and it's probably the wrong decision, but it's not. It's the decision you make in the moment. Especially, they sadly had to live in the moment with him blowing those games at the end. Just kind of the conversation we had about the Seattle defense being better than the Legion of Boom. We're living in the moment because we just saw him dominate. No, go back to us in 2013 and be like, that's one of the best defenses we've ever seen. Same thing. In the moment when they let Darnold go, you're like, I get it. You got the young guy, JJ, rookie contract quarterback. It made sense. It didn't work out. But, it's the same thing. They had to live in the moment because that's how this league is. You don't get to build 5-year plans in the NFL or any sport as a GM. That's not how it works. Your lifespan's 3 to 4, and you got to hope you hit on that rookie quarterback, and that's what they put their money for, and that's fine. That's a fine decision to make.
And one of the things that kind of backing up the Darnold contract, but also kind of backing up what we're arguing about JJ McCarthy is one of my favorite stats lines that was created by a YouTube channel who does NFL film reviews and that kind of stuff and just talks about NFL stuff. Jackson Krager talked about a stat line that I wish teams start using. It's called win per money. How much are you paying per money per win? Sam Darnold was about $5 million per win. That is less than most rookie contract quarterbacks. They're paying him only $5 million per win. So that's fucking worth it. Compared to JJ McCarthy, who's probably making up to $8 million per win. And your Mahomeses, who's making about, what, $10, $12 million? Easily. Mm-hmm. So, like, again, people need to start looking at these contracts going forward because, again, Seattle, when they built this contract, was insanely smart because they left both doors open. They had an easy out after this year because they stacked all of his money in year 2 and year 3. You know why they did that? It was a very intentional decision because they did not know what Sam Darnold they were going to get. That's why the Vikings move made sense, because you didn't know what you were going to get with Sam Darnold. We can play the 2020 hindsight game all we want, but again, they had outs after this year, and they were willing to, if the Sam Darnold didn't work out, they were willing to cut him and move on to Jalen Milroe. They were willing to make that move, and that's why this Super Bowl happened, was because Sam Darnold's ability to stack his contract this way opened Seattle's window to get more defensive players. It's roster management 101. So, again, going back into this game, this Super Bowl is really a battle of the trenches Super Bowl on both sides. And where Seattle got the edge was, like I said, it was their monster defensive line. 6 sacks in the game. Should have been 7. But they removed 1.
7. I agree with that.
They removed 1 off the board because it was an interception, not a fumble, which is so bullshit. It was a scoop and score. It looked like a scoop and score. I know statistically it was an interception score by Nuoso, but it looked like a scoop and score for me. And I think the other thing, like, on, like, not to, like, downplay, because I know we're going to get into the whole Patriots schedule thing, and that's definitely a conversation that we need to have later. But, Brad, before we bask in your glory, the one thing I do want to give Patriots credit for in this game was Christian Gonzalez was playing out of his goddamn mind this entire game.
Guy's so good.
He was single-handedly keeping the Patriots in this game until the very fucking end. Until fucking Drake Maye started pooping his pants in the fourth quarter.
Well, he started pooping his pants, like, on the...
It was early.
I felt very confident or minus 14.5 during his pregame interview. He looked terrified, and I was like, "Oh,
yeah, he did.
This game's over." But he looked terrified.
It doesn't help that his line
looked like he was saying.
Also, Luke will laugh at this. Brad will laugh at this. I don't know if Ryan will laugh at this. Maybe he will. But man, if I had a nickel for every single time a second-year quarterback went into a Super Bowl and lost on the big stage with a terrible offensive line. Actually, I think we would have 7 nickels, because if you think about it, you have fucking
a lot.
I got Jalen Hurts, I got fucking Joe Burrow, I got fucking Drake Maye, I got fucking Jared Goff. I got a lot of
nickels. Would you see the unfortunate statistic that quarterbacks that go to the Super Bowl in their second year, I think only one quarterback has actually been able to go back.
It was Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. So not looking good right now.
I'm just, like I said, like, I honestly, again, I shouldn't be questioning Josh McDaniels because he's been in the fucking league for so many fucking long, but, like, a part of me was wondering why they were not trying to shift focus. I know May had the shoulder injury, and that's probably what they were worried about, but, like, why didn't they just fucking put it on his legs? He was getting a lot of yards after fucking just taking off and running.
That Seattle defense was schemed so well, though, with how much pressure they were just getting with the front four, and then bringing those blitzes with Witherspoon off the side every now and again. Like, they had them rattled. They didn't know what to do. Like, you could just see it. They didn't know how to beat what Seattle was throwing at them.
Yeah, Will Campbell was getting his ass beat up and down the fucking field.
Yeah, like, it was brutal for that. I mean, not just Will Campbell. He was, like, the big guy that, left tackle plays bad. You're going to see it. You're going to pressure up the middle, like, constantly. And then May was not picking up blitzes. When they were calling those blitzes, he was not picking them up. Like, how many times did they just have the free rusher at him? Like, he was not picking up anything they were putting down. Like, he could not figure out that defense at all.
And it makes me think of, I was watching a video, interesting, where, I don't know if you guys seen this. Luke probably has, maybe he hasn't. It was like one of those, like, it wasn't Jubilee, but it was like a Jubilee offshoot channel for, like, sports. Again, you're looking at me and saying,
are you talking about Skip Bayless?
No. That one's fucking horrible. No, I'm talking about, it was called Super Bowl Champion Debates Gen Z NFL Fans. And it was the Fox color analyst who used to play for the Broncos. He was the offensive lineman for the Broncos. And he was arguing that, like, football was back better in the day, and they were arguing back and forth. This is relevant. I swear to God, this is relevant. Just hold on for a second. And he argues that, like, he goes, because one person was like, well, finesse is better in the NFL now, and we got so many like different motions and stuff. And he goes, not fucking really. The NFL is like kind of regressed from the 90s. He goes, you know how you beat finesse? You punch him in the fucking mouth. That's how you fucking beat him. And you rattle the fuck out of them, and they don't know what to do. What happened in this game? Seattle punched fucking Drake Maye and the Patriots offense in the fucking mouth, and they didn't know how to recover. That's how you beat teams. You physically dominate them up front. If you win the line of scrimmage, you're going to win football games. That's just how it fucking works. It's been how the NFL has been since 1950s. It don't matter, like, who you're playing in the NFL today. If you can dominate your defensive line up front and you can run the ball effectively, you're going to win a Super Bowl.
I mean, the most powerful thing in the NFL, outside of maybe a good quarterback on a rookie contract, is being able to get pressure with 4.
Mm-hmm.
There's like nothing better in the NFL when you can generate pressure with 4. Because then you can just play normal defense behind them. You don't have to scheme up blitzes. And then when you do, they don't know when they're coming because all you've done is rush 4 all night. Like they're very confused by it.
Like the way they were using Witherspoon off the blitz was fucking insane.
It was insane.
I've never seen a cornerback blitz from the side and then come around to the middle linebacker and blitz up the middle.
Yeah, it was insane. I mean, and the amount of stunts they were pulling on just the front 4 where they were wrapping guys behind, like that was such a well-oiled defense. No one was missing assignments. Everyone was doing their job. Like it was awesome to watch.
And again, like getting into the Patriots side of things is like I did think they were going to play better, and I was right about one thing in this game. I said like the main matchup that I was interested the most in was Patriots defense versus the Seahawks offense, because I felt like the Patriots defense was the one thing that everyone was kind of looking over in this matchup. And I was right on that match. Like I honestly thought the Patriots secondary was going to play the way they did. Mm. It was just, I didn't think fucking Drake Maye was going to play as bad as he did. I think that was the thing that shocked me the most.
He played him out.
Some of us did.
Yeah, I wasn't sold on Drake Maye either. Yeah, he had an all right year.
The alleged Brady clone's son.
Yeah, the quote unquote MVP. Bad.
No, yeah,
played
that's
bad.
a bad.
Played really bad.
That's a bad take.
Wasn't he like take. one vote away? Yeah.
The stat I saw. This goes back to kind of what we were talking about earlier. The stat I saw that kind of locked it in for me overall after the game was Stafford this year.
What?
Stafford this year went like right under 900 yards against the Seattle defense in 3 games with 8 touchdowns and no picks.
Luke, it's a football podcast, not basketball.
But yeah, like the fact that he put up almost 1,000 yards with 8 touchdowns, no picks against the Seattle defense, and we watched them just like break Drake Maye, like that shows you everything you need to know.
Yeah, I'm going to assume Harris muted Luke because I don't think Luke has the decency of muting himself. I
haven't yet. I think he's just really quiet because Nebraska lost. Anyway, I put this meme up on the screen for a very specific reason, because as a Bucks fan, man, life feels pretty good right now. Like, I'm joking about it. I'm using the Notre Dame template of another hypothetical win, but it literally does feel like a hypothetical win because Tampa the last 2 years has beat in the Super Bowl champion, and the Patriots have never won a Super Bowl without Tom Brady. So, another hypothetical win, motherfuckers. Because at least Tampa did that. At least we can win without Tom Brady. So, Patriots fans could suck my dick.
Ooh, he's yelling up a storm.
No, Luke muted himself, so yeah, that's...
Oh.
Sorry. Ball don't fucking lie. That's a jump ball. Now we're down by 2, 27.8 seconds. Suck my ass.
It's on FS1. I kind of want to pull it up and see if I have access to it.
Fuck you. God damn it. That's annoying.
Never mind. I won't watch it then. Shit.
Oh my God. Sorry. That last possession or two. Holy shit.
I have a take workshopping today on my way to work. That the true MVP this game was not Kenith Walker, and it was not Jason Myers.
I did see some people
say
the
Michael
punter.
Dixon.
Yeah.
Michael Dickson.
The punter?
Bro.
How many punts did he have that he practically coffin cornered? All I can think about is that the old Madden games when you had the coffin.
Not to bring up shit from July,
that's all I thought.
But when I was because I got given OTA because Seattle did the usual in stadium OTAs during training camp to promote the season. I went to that with Father Chris again. He's a Seahawks fan and he didn't have anyone else to go to, so I was like, I'll just go. And I was watching Michael Dickson punt during that fucking OTA. Dude, it's a fucking machine.
That was insane.
I've seen him in person. If his fucking punts are... I'm sorry. I know everyone was saying it before the season. Best punter in the league. It's not even fucking close.
Yeah. That's insane how well he did. Like, he pinned him so many times. I mean, that kills your offense too, right? Like, when you're pinned at the 5, like, every time, like, oh my God. Like, no wonder Seattle played the game they did where they're like, we can win with field goals because our punter, when we don't, is going to drop inside the 5 and our defense is good. It was just so unbelievably amazing how well he punted and how well they played off of it.
And
a special teams MVP. God, that
would have hated that. Wouldn't have hated that.
That would have healed nations.
Oh yeah,
but
100%.
Like, you gotta wonder if you're the Patriots side of the ball. What was their plan coming into the week? Because you gotta know they had to think about this. They knew this was a possibility. I think they knew this was gonna happen. Like, did Josh McDaniels and Mike Rabel sit down, going, "Guys, we gotta have the fucking game of our life, or we're not winning this shit."
Yeah.
Like, were they just hoping Sam Darnold would turn the ball over and they would just win on like
I think that's
a pick 6?
They were hoping they could flip it on a weird play or something like that. I mean, they got close to a couple picks from Gonzalez. Like, it was
I
close.
will say, y'all call me degenerate with my bets, but I did fucking call that this game was going to come down to a defensive score. I just didn't know which side of who was going to get the defensive score.
Did not expect the O-line pick to turn it over.
No, I did not also expect Nwosu to be the one to pick it up and run it in for the fucking score. But like, as a whole, again, I know you can't give fucking defensive players MVP outside of fucking Malcolm Smith and Von Miller because those made like critical like plays, but like I know we're arguing fucking Dickson, but I also think Nwosu could make a good argument as well because he was the one that put the dagger in the game and like, put it out of reach. And I think I just kind of hate when like defensive Super Bowls happen and you don't give it to a defensive player because it feels like it's like a lie of the game.
Yeah.
Like, I had the Nebraska game on. I'm sorry. Oh.
I just tied it.
Yep. No. Yep. You just tied it. Yep.
Damn. Anyway, my argument is like I've always...
Oh, it was an and one. Shit.
I always feel like Super Bowl MVP is always offensive awards, and I feel like most of the time it's not deserved. Don't get me wrong. Kenith Walker like absolutely deserved it because like the way he was like running up and down the field, like he was getting.
I think if he would have gotten
that
touchdown, I would have 100% understood.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just biased just because I saw the idea of a kicker, and I thought he very much deserved it, but it's just me.
And I swear to God, Chris Collinsworth, going back to the Patriots side of the ball, I keep harping on this, was like 2 plays away from saying like, "Fuck it, Drake Maye sucks."
He might suck. I'm actually a little concerned he might suck. Like, I know he was a little hurt and everything, but like he might not be good at football. But like, I'm like a little concerned.
I don't think that's entirely true. I think he's just like I think he's top 10 quarterback, like fringe top 10 quarterback. Like he's not barely. I don't think he's like confidently. I don't think he's like, oh my God, he's a top 10 quarterback. I think he's a fringe top 10 quarterback. And I'm not trying to make arguments with the Patriots. I do feel like this is the worst roster Rabel's going to have in the next 2 years.
Which is crazy. Well, I guess
Look at like who are their top players? They're all on rookie contracts.
They're gonna stack the deck. Free agent signs too. Yeah.
Like before the Crosby sweepstakes started and like before Tampa was linked, I honestly thought Crosby was going to the Patriots. I thought that was a pretty safe play for next year.
Yeah.
And I feel like New England's going to stack the deck. Hell, they may get Justin Jefferson. Stephon Diggs is probably going to fucking burn his way out of there after all the shit he's been causing. He's probably going to fucking fan out. Stephon Diggs. And I feel like they may get a Justin Jefferson. Well, when everything's said and done.
Who? Seattle?
No, New England.
The Patriots.
The Patriots. They have the cap space. All their fucking players are on rookie contracts. Why wouldn't you do it?
Most cap space.
Why wouldn't you do it?
Because Minnesota's not going to give up.
Do you think he's going to want to play for JJ McCarthy next year?
I don't think he's got much of a choice.
Luke.
He signed that big ass contract.
Hey Luke. You want to hear my argument? Do you think Minnesota wanted to give up Randy Moss in the early 2000s?
That's different. They had Dante fucking Culpepper. We're talking about JJ McCarthy.
It's JJ McCarthy, my guy.
But JJ McCarthy and Dante Culpepper should not be in the same conversation here. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Are we okay with that?
Also, Randy had some baggage. Let's be real.
Yes, he did.
Let's be real. Randy had some baggage.
Dante Culpepper was a stud quarterback. He's not J.J. McCarthy, who literally won a national championship by just handing the fucking ball off.
And we love Randy because he had some baggage. That's part of what made Randy Moss.
That made him.
Randy
That
Moss,
made his
right?
character.
He had some baggage, but they were ready to get him out of there, right? It was just time.
Sorry, boys. We got overtime here. We got overtime now. Oh my god, that was insane.
I'm intrigued to see what they do. That right? Do they actually put some push their chips?
You might be behind
and try to make some signings, or it's gonna be an interesting off season for them.
No, it's I think it's interesting off season for both Super Bowl teams.
Yeah,
both teams are gonna have their work cut out for them, and they're not gonna have it easy. And you have to wonder if you're the AFC. You saw how much the NFC was stacked in terms of talent. How the fuck is the AFC as a conference going to respond and try to stack the deck back in their favor? Because, again, I know fucking Cam Newton had the hot take of I don't even think the Patriots sniff the playoffs next year, which I think is fucking wild of a take. As a whole, I don't see how they don't make it. The Bills, I think, got worse by hiring Joe Brady. Then they got better. Look at all the teams that got rid of their head coaches. So who got better?
If you do the math, there's going to be a turnover of probably about 3 teams per league each year.
Right.
Steelers aren't coming back, probably. Then who's not coming back after the Steelers? Maybe the Texans, but the defense is good enough. If CJ Stroud
they got to have conversations about CJ Stroud.
The Jags look like they'll probably be back. I actually kind of have some confidence in the Jags returning. Chargers kind of up in the air, but I almost feel the same about the Chargers as I do the Patriots.
No,
right?
but I do feel good about the Chargers. Here's the thing:
they have 2 healthy tackles. Then it's a different story.
I think they would have won the AFC West if they fucking were healthy the entire year.
Yeah, it's interesting when you kind of look at it that way. Where you're probably gonna get 6 total teams to turn over, and you're well. Broncos are real good. Don't see that particularly, but maybe. But I don't really see it. Steelers are out. It just gets weird fast.
Yeah, it's
I could see it. I mean, you go into last season, Washington makes the NFC Championship. We didn't pencil them in for being 5-12.
I know. I'm not saying this to be a fucking homer to Luke, but honestly, I feel like the Chiefs are going to be back next year. I think that's not.
Chiefs will probably be back. It could get interesting with the Patriots not getting back. They play a harder schedule. They actually have to play against good defenses.
But I also think I think their roster, what their cap space is going to make up for it and kind of minimize that gap.
And
I don't want to underestimate a Vrabel coach team. That's the thing.
I put it out there before though. Drake Maye has a little bit of the Jane Daniels worry in me, where he plays a little reckless when he starts to run.
That is true.
Yes, totally different body builds. Jaden's way more likely to have some sort of, soft issue or issue like that. But concussions are a thing for every player that runs the ball. It is very easy for him to just get popped.
Yeah.
It's a risky run when you have an athletic quarterback that runs the ball a lot. I get it. It's every team that has one like we do. I get it. But it's a non-zero chance he gets popped. And it's just then your season dies like Washington's did.
I feel I know it's too early to make these takes. I know we're all making too early takes before we see free agency in the draft and that kind of stuff, because obviously those are the 2 biggest things that can flip an entire team organizationally, hell, coaches as well. But I honestly feel like they're going to kind of be that Bengals arc next year, where they're going to get all the way to the divisional round of the AFC Championship and they're going to get fucking popped and get punched in the mouth, and then they're going to get set back to reality.
Yeah, I mean, if they make it that far, I don't know.
Everybody, Brad loves to laugh at me when I say this, but Eric Bieniemy will be the difference this year, and that's why they will be back. I'm not wrong.
Well, Luke,
I'm not wrong.
I don't have.
You're right. The problem with the Chiefs was that they were wearing their hats backwards, and now Eric Bieniemy's not going to do that. That's really what you want your offensive coordinator concentrating on.
So,
very important.
Luke, what do you want from your offensive coordinator? I know you're going to joke about this today. This is the main benefit to EBs. You're going to have EB on the sidelines walking up to Mahomes and goes, after he just had a fucking 80-yard touchdown, yo, you fucking suck. You're not good enough.
Well, no,
that's head around. Useless pitch. Useless.
Hey, Travis Kelce, maybe if you didn't bobble the ball, you'd be a better player.
Oh Jesus, I don't. That's a bit much.
Am I wrong though?
He's not gonna be yelling at Kelsey next year. That'd be weird to be yelling at a guy that's sitting in the stands. That'd be
okay, but like
no,
Luke, not to show this to a chief discussion.
Back.
He's a free agent this year. Like,
I'll believe it.
No, he's coming back.
Isn't he gonna have an announcement this Wednesday on New Face about it?
I wouldn't doubt it.
But like, here's the thing, Luke. I'm not trying to be mean. I know Kelsey's a first ballot Hall of Famer. I know he's a Super Bowl champion. Do you even want him back? Yes. Like his regression is like fucking the slowest decline ever, and you could fucking see it coming. He's been going down the last 2 years since arguably the 49ers Super Bowl, the second one.
It's very similar to the tight end that was on my team the whole entire year of Zach Ertz, where he was still making good plays, but God, you're like there. We can find something better.
You have to. You can get a. Not to me mean. I know you can't replace Kelsey, but you can find a suitable replacement that's like similar to him.
Njoku.
Hell, you know what, Luke? Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna make an argument. I hate to fucking say it. Look at the tight end market. This free agency.
It's good.
Isaiah Likely is fucking there. Would Isaiah Likely not be a better pick than fucking Travis Kelce?
I would take Njoku instead of Likely. I think
I'd take Njoku over Likely too, probably. But like either one of those guys, I'd probably take over
Kelce.
An unsure Kelce right
now. It seems to me like Kelsey's probably going to end up coming back, and because he wants to go off up top. On top,
he should have done. He should have done it for 49ers Super Bowl. He had his chance.
I agree with you 100%. But he thought that there could be an opportunity for a three-peat, which they were one bad Super Bowl away from getting a three-peat.
But they need to fucking. I know it's the same fucking cycle with the Chiefs. They need to address offensive line first, and Kelsey's has way too much fucking cap capital that it's like. Again, Luke,
free agent. He can sign a fucking $8 million deal with all of it offloaded in incentives. What are you talking about? He's not going to be that expensive.
But it's like, here's the thing, like Luke, like they gotta start reloading the fucking gun because like they can't just keep going back under the well and just keep extending Chris Jones and Kelsey and like hope that they can run it back. They have to fucking. They have to restack the deck. They have to rebuild the fucking team.
They will. I believe in Veach. Veach has made some questionable calls, but he also has drafted really well. Look at Trent McDuffie. Look at L'Jarius Sneed when he was playing for the Chiefs. Now, granted,
do you think McDuffie is going to be a trade target this offseason? Because I know he had a little bit of a
possibly, but it sounds to me like they want to keep him, so they might re-sign him. I don't know if I necessarily like that because it's a slippery slope at that point. You know, like we have we have guys that are in the building that we like a lot, but like you said, get good talent evaluator, and then get them cheap. That's a no-brainer to me. Give them a chance. So it's worked out for you in the past.
So that's why I'm like making those conversations now, because I feel like the Chiefs are in a very interesting spot. And again, not to like dominate this into a Chiefs discussion, because again, we should really be talking about the Super Bowl. But it's like I feel like this is going to be their like a critical breaking point for them of like. Are they wanting to just run it back for one more year, or are they wanting to be here for a while and try to restack the deck that wasn't any of the teams that we are familiar with since 2019? Because yes, EB being back is a huge difference maker, but it's also like, can they restack the dynasty back to where it was? That's the question they need to ask themselves. What do they care about more?
They want to win now because I don't think Andy's got much left. I think once Andy leaves, Mahomes' loyalty to Kansas City will probably go out the window.
I'm curious to see what that Chiefs team is going to look like without.
It won't look the same. I can guarantee you that it will not look the same. I can almost guarantee it won't look the same.
Obviously,
they are in let's win now mode, because even after that second 49er Super Bowl, like you could feel it around the building. Like there's a possibility like this could be the last dance for everyone. And
well, like you got to wonder, not to like make this. I know everyone's fucking tired of comparing the Patriots to the Chiefs dynasty because everyone's fucking tired of it. But like, do you feel like that Philly Super Bowl is kind of similar to the Patriots Philly Super Bowl, where it's like that killed the morale for the team. And yes, they stuck around. Yes, they were good for a couple more years. Yes, they maybe even make it back again, but it's still like it just put the nail in the coffin.
Sorry, we got 21 seconds left in overtime, and I'm sweating fucking bullets. Get the rebound! Oh my god! Get the rebound! Holy shit!
Yeah, y'all cannot rebound defensively.
No.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're cooked.
That was their 20th offensive rebound.
Ah!
Good lord.
Son of a bitch!
Yeah, y'all getting. It's an and one if you want to continue talking, Harris.
No, I was waiting on Luke to like respond to that because I do think it's an interesting thing to bring up.
What, Harris? Sorry.
That the Philly Super Bowl that they lost 2 years ago is
it's a
Patriots loss, and it's a morale killer for the team. And they may get it back there, but they may not get to the same level they were before. That was kind of just the nail in the coffin.
I would compare this to the Tampa Super Bowl.
I don't think they're similar at all. I think the Tampa Super Bowl was different because I think Kansas City still had all their foundations for at least 2 or 3 more years, and you still had like Andy's entire tenure in front of him. They still had the ability to like restack the deck on defense, but I feel like this time around, if you know that like Andy's only going to be here for maybe 2 more years max, like what is there really to look forward to outside of just the hope that they can just run it back one more time? You're still hyped about overtime.
Can we move off the Chiefs for a second, please? Because this is a very crucial overtime. Like if we hit a 3 here, or if we even just drive in and get a foul, we'll win the game. So give me this. Just give me a little bit. Talk about the actual game.
I think we covered the game.
We covered the game pretty well.
Bad game.
Harris, go to your thing about the free agency thing that you had.
Let's talk about how the Purdue Boilermakers average 11 offensive rebounds, but y'all allowed 20 this game.
It's insane.
Good thing they can't shoot their free throws.
Yeah, good lord.
They can't. Oh my god, dude. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to like stack this tier list as you're talking. My whole hope was that you guys would still be talking about this. I can fucking build it in time. But Luke's over here stressing about fucking basketball.
It's 0.39 overtime. We're down by 1.
Well, here after this game, we can do a brief talk. I'll fill the time for like 30 seconds. I'll give you some more time after the game.
Because I'm literally building the Saints one as we're talking right now for tier list.
No, go ahead. Let's just.
We talk about Italy's curling team losing.
Yes, anything. Just talk about it. Talk about anything.
Shout out to the USA women though. Just boat racing the other day, 5-0. I hope you guys are paying attention to those Olympic picks because we're doing pretty well in this. Looking real good.
I was literally asked at lunch if I was watching the Olympics. I was like, not really. The Winter Olympics just don't grab me.
They don't, and then I just start watching them while I'm doing other stuff, and I just get sucked in. Like Brooke and I were hanging out downstairs, like reading, and all of a sudden both of us just stop reading, and we were just locked into figure skating. The quad god appeared.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding? We lose off of that? That's
oh my god!
Insane.
the panda, the student section.
Oh no! Oh no!
Clean off the fucking floor! You cannot make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up.
That's
you
rough.
Cannot make this fucking shit up. Not a chance. Oh my god. This is fucking awful, dude.
I was gonna say the guy that's walking off the court with the mop or whatever to wipe the floor. He's gonna be the reason.
Yeah. Everybody boo that fucking man. Throw a potato.
Actually, for what it's worth, that's the Purdue that's on the Purdue sideline right there with the Purdue bench. That's definitely you can definitely put the blame on their players just sweating and somebody not cleaning it up.
That's so fucking stupid. And now we're going to lose by 4.
Wow.
That's so fucking insane. I am done with basketball. That is insane. How the fuck do you not mop up that part of the floor?
Damn.
Wow, what a...
Did the janitor
Fuck
literally decide the
this.
game?
Fuck this. That's horseshit. And then they're gonna get fucking docked. Dude, they just didn't play well. They didn't shoot the basketball well at all.
Well, you can't go down like by 20 in the first half either.
Well, no shit. And then fucking that's terrible.
Well, High Earth is still going. This weekend is opening weekend for college baseball.
Hell yeah, it is, dog.
Shout out to the Southland Conference going 2-bid league this year. This is their final standings last year. It is a mid-major baseball conference. And funny enough, it was the Houston Christian Huskies that ended up getting the automatic qualifier last year because everybody else just shit the bed during the conference tournament.
I mean, look. Team out of Baton Rouge looking real good for college baseball this year.
Hey, guess who Tin Run rolled them at their place last year?
Oh, really?
Northwestern State, baby.
Oof.
My God.
It's gonna be a good. I love watching a little college baseball.
My God, I picked the worst team to start with. There's like so many fucking free agents for the Saints. Jesus Christ.
It's a good college baseball year for some prospects too. There's some good like college baseball prospects coming up this year.
My Demons play UT Arlington this weekend. I will be there definitely Friday. Not sure about Saturday and Sunday because of weather.
See.
Who's our number one baseball prospect?
3 more players, and we should be able to move into this.
Pulaski out of UCLA. Interesting. You are a high schooler. Justin LeBron out of Alabama. Hell of a name. Drew Burris. Soriella, LSU.
I'm sorry, but that is the worst way to fucking lose a game.
How many teams can say they 10-run ruled the national champs?
That's wild.
It was a midweek game, but I hate when people use that as an excuse. Sorry.
Oh yeah, none of their good players to play.
You don't get 10-run ruled during the midweek.
Well, you can't really make that, and you can't really make that excuse because you play midweek games in the majors.
Okay, and then
yeah, but that's also college baseball like works.
Well, I was gonna say college baseball, you only play like typically one game in the midweek. It's
Friday, Saturday, Sunday normally.
But
so you don't really ever play anybody good on your midweek game.
Find a picture when LSU played. Actually, LSU played us in 2019 at our place, and we beat them as well.
Oh, damn, look at that.
I want to find this picture of the stadium though, because it was packed.
I at least got the Saints loaded up, so we should be able to move through that while you yap about that. I can also work on the Commanders and get everything going. I got all of the Saints pending free agents. Ryan, you get to break down who you keep.
God, you started with me.
Start with you, because you're one of the more interesting ones to start with in terms of that. So let me share.
I'm curious. Did you include everyone, or did you just include a few?
I included everybody. You get to.
That might be.
You're also gonna need. They're not labeled, so you're also gonna. Obviously, you can tell most of the star ones, but you also gonna need to fucking look at a list side by side.
Before we do that, this is when we played LSU at our place.
Damn.
Yeah, it was packed. Such a good game.
Okay, so
can we? I'm sorry, but
all right.
Oh, you got to give me names. I'm bad with faces.
No, I was gonna say you gotta. It's pretty much in chronological order. Starting.
Wait, is that Kyle Juszczyk?
Starting down up. No, it's not Kyle Juszczyk, my guy.
No, well, I have a list. Is that not? How many do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's in chronological order as of. Let me cite my source.
Based off of what though?
Just like S tier being obviously like this is like you.
Well, I know that, but like when you, the list of players that you have.
It is from Over the Cap. I think is where I cited it from. Pending.
Oh, here it is. Okay, I found the link. I think.
Sorry, this is a mess because we're also throwing this together because I did not expect Super Bowl discussion to go that low. Plus, also didn't expect Lou to get very invested. No, it's.
I mean, we could always push this to next week too.
Yeah,
there's more prep time.
Yeah. Let's push this to next week.
Yeah, we're not trying to do this.
No, Harris. Seriously, yeah. Let's move this to next week so that you have time to get everything.
And that gives us a reason to actually do something next week.
Gives us a reason to do something next week. That loss is that I'm demoralized at this point. I don't even want to podcast anymore. This is terrible. But like, Ryan, can you pull up the last like 5 seconds?
I'm sure I can find a clip on Twitter.
Like, you cannot make this fucking shit up, dude. You can't. There should have been a flat foul on the floor with 5 minutes or 5 seconds and 5.2 seconds left, and they didn't fucking call it. Like, just demoralizing.
Actually, I don't know, Barstool Purdue maybe. Did they have a clip?
That is so fucking bad. How do you lose a game like that? Like, that should be criminal. Like, you should be put in a mental institution.
Luke, it's Nebraska. Why are you surprised? It's Nebraska, my guy. This is one of the best
teams we've had in Nebraska basketball history. And that's saying a lot because we suck at basketball.
I can't find a clip right now.
Oh my God, dude. That is so bad. That is so bad.
Anyway, I also can break down final records because I have all that fucking assigned.
Yeah.
For the 2025 season. So, in order, obviously, Brad, as per usual, last place. Technically, not really last place, but he's last place because of how late he joined the podcast. Blame Luke. Anyway, his overall record is 43-24. I'm not going over the Super Bowl because we all want to know. We all picked the Seahawks. Congratulations. Shocker. George is 161-112. However, he kind of gets an asterisk because he wasn't really picking from wild card round forward. I also wasn't really counting the bracket. I was kind of just going off of bets and that kind of stuff as well. It's kind of for the records. Because if we're going off the brackets, this would be fucking worse. And after George, we got Luke at 165-114. Which, hate to break it to you, Luke, that's not pretty good because George was out of it for a while and he was only 4 wins behind you.
Hold on, Harris. Can I? I don't even care if we get fucking. I don't give a shit. Hold on. This is how you lose a fucking game. Okay, so we win that. Watch this inbound. Watch this fucking inbound. You gotta be fucking kidding me. You gotta be fucking kidding me. That is awful. That's a shit way to lose. And oh my God. Oh my God. Anyway, sorry, what were we talking about?
Records.
Oh, okay. So I ended up with what? Did I have one of the worst records?
Yes. 165-114. George was 161-112, but he also was not picking for most of the fucking weeks.
Okay.
So you're only 4 wins above him, in spite of him missing 3 weeks of picks. Then Ryan is second place with 173-106. Let's get into it. Then I won overall with 177-101.
Okay. So next year, for college and for NFL, do we want to make this proclamation now, or do we want to decide when it gets closer?
We can decide it now. I mean, I think Brad's pretty much gonna fucking stand on the same criterion.
So when you take these teams, so are we gonna just take them straight up? Are we gonna take
straight up?
Straight up.
So it's gonna be basically what we did before with like the NFL, where we're just gonna go over at the end and be like, "This is our picks," and that is it. We're not playing betting into the factor for that. Betting is its own segment of the podcast that does not play into records.
Yeah. Straight up.
So none of this. Oh, they covered the spread, so technically I won the.
All right, fine. All right, fine. Okay. All right. And then are we gonna do like a little reward, like whoever gets last place or whoever wins gets a nice little prize next year?
Well, I'm also curious how our records would have been if we picked from the fucking week 1.
That's
all
what
the way down.
Brad, I think Brad would have dominated.
I was picking it like a 65% clip this year.
Yeah, I think we should handicap Brad.
Nah, no, it'll be me and Brad battling for the fucking top place.
Yeah. I was figuring like a 65% clip.
Oh
I had a very good gambling season too. It was a good year.
Well, I mean, your gambling doesn't, like, if we're opposing this, gambling doesn't really come into overall picks, because you may be picking like, oh, this team's gonna cover the spread, or this team's gonna do this and that, but that doesn't cover into, I think this team's just gonna win straight up.
No, yeah, you do 2 separate ones. You do pick 'em and then everything else.
But I am very curious to see what these next couple months are gonna look like. So I guess that's kind of a good segue into the outro, because Luke's just gonna sit here and soak over Nebraska basketball.
No, I'm going to. That was fucking terrible. We had an opportunity to get another quad 1 win at home, and you couldn't get it done. That's annoying as hell. Just win a tournament game. That's all that matters. Get the thing off your back, and just go with it. Just win out. I don't care.
Lord.
All right. So, I think we'll do something next week, and then I think we'll take a little bit of time off. Does that sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then we'll kind of get back to. I mean, we'll have some ideas on what we want to do. All-time greats, do stuff like that, like Mount Rushmore.
Well, I was also thinking like we start with this. We'll just talk about off air.
Yeah. All right, Harith, where can people follow you on the social medias?
Well, people can follow me over at Harith Productions on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads. Of course, you can find me over at the Pod Ones for our Mandalorian rewatch if you're into non-sports content and more into like nerd fandom stuff. Obviously, I know not a lot of overlap, but there is some overlap. And yeah, Brad, where can they find you and all your amazing content?
Nowhere. My only
Club Penguin used to, and then he got rid of it. That's ridiculous.
No, he's on Roblox now these days.
Yeah. DJ Corner, nothing this week, but I did want to say Tiger Woods' son, Charlie Woods, committed to FSU for golf.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick.
FSU's about to get some money.
He's the second best golfer they signed. They signed Mike Russell, who is like the best the best junior AM in the world. So good that he is like the number 5 overall AM, which is insane to do with like a 16-year-old.
Whoa. How old is Charlie?
Yeah, he's 17. So him and Mike Russell are juniors in college, or juniors in high school right now. But the kid that signed with FSU already, Mike Russell, like he made it to like the semis or the quarters of the USAM as like a 16-year-old. This kid is insane.
Real quick, can we just talk about how Scotty Scheffler shot terribly?
He's the best golfer on the planet.
He is the best golfer on the planet, but
shout out to
still
my guy, Chris Gotterup. Hit a winner of Chris Gotterup early this year. I didn't play anything this weekend, but Gotterup would have been a play. But like, shout out to Gotterup. Gotterup's a fucking beast. How do we not take that guy to Beth Page? I don't know. Dumb decision.
I don't know. Ryan, where can people follow you?
They can find me at RyanPW_ over on TikTok and Twitter, as well as in the Pod Ones every Thursday. And, for no particular reason, shout out Purdue. I know the alma mater of newly inducted Hall of Fame quarterback Drew Brees, again, for no particular reason.
I also find it funny that we're going to have 2 halves of the Super Bowl discussion, because this half on Gridiron Guys, we're all on like all the football stuff. And on fucking Thursday, it's all going to be the goddamn commercials. It's like split down the middle.
Yeah, well, you can find me at eggheck2123, and shout out to Roger Craig for being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Former Nebraska I-back, was a number 1 overall pick, if I remember correctly. Is that correct, Brad?
I don't remember. Let's see.
He was a top 5 pick, I think. Irving Fryer was definitely a number 1 pick, right?
Roger Craig was a second-round pick.
Wow, you're so off, my guy. You went first overall, top 5. I was waiting for you to go top 10, top 15. I was waiting for you to just keep climbing it down.
Irving Fryer was a number 1 pick. I am almost positive. I will actually jump off a bridge if this isn't true.
Irving Fryer was the number 1 pick.
Which
was okay. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Luke.
And he got drafted by the Patriots.
Yeah.
Again.
Anyway,
where can they find you? Because
you can find me at Jedi Master Eggs on all social medias as well. You can find us at the Pod Ones every Thursday, talking Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, whatever. What?
You fucking went into your Pod Ones outro. I was so fucking confused. I was like, what the fuck?
Why? I said my personal.
No, you did. You said
one.
Jedi Master Eggs. You did not say egg.
No, I said Egghead 2123.
I swear you
and
didn't.
I said, guys, I said that, right?
Longest outro in podcast history.
Anyway, we'll see you guys next week. Fuck Purdue and fuck Brian.
Oh.
I don't even care. I see how much